ಇಲ್ಲ ಹಿಂಗ ಹತ್ತುತ್ತೆ ಸಡನ್ ಒಂದೇ ಸತಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಹತ್ತುತ್ತೆ.
Everyone informed to submit the assignment 1 of PAP Python. It is called the program of three module of 4%.
Madhushree?
Yes, sir.
Audible?
Yes, sir.
Clear? His voice is very clear.
Yes, sir.
Is Sri Lakshmi present? Okay. Okay. Very good morning, everyone. Okay. Very good morning. Okay, in the last class, we had started discussing the classes and objects in the Python. Now we'll continue with that. And you have seen how to define a class. Is it audible, Sri Lakshmi? You can message me if the voice is very clear. Okay, what about Sarim? The voice is clear? Okay, then. Okay, then we'll start. See, in the last class, we are discussing how to create the classes and objects in the Python. In the previous two classes, I have discussed the how to create the object. Just I'll recall that. Just a class is a keyword followed by a class name, colon, and then the attribute. And how to create the object is just with the class name with the open and closing brackets. You have to create an object, and how to access it means just object name dot the attributes. If you want to print like this, if you want to assign the values to the attributes, then the object, the instance name dot the attribute, the object dot the attribute, then you can assign the values. And we have discussed this init function. Init function is used for, it is same as the constructor in the other programming languages. We use this init function in order to initialize the attributes like this. And this is a built-in function, therefore define underscore underscore init underscore underscore, then the brackets, you are going to write the attributes list. Here in this person functions, we have used the two attributes. Self by default you have to write as a first argument, and this is same as this operator in the other programming languages. And this is how we are going to initialize. Why this constructor or this initialization is required is how many number of objects you create. If you want to initialize the attributes of that, directly by this you can initialize it. This init function automatically it is called whenever you create an object of an class. Any number of objects you create, automatically this init function will be called. No need to call once again like p1 dot init, it is not required. Next, object methods. It is not only this constructor, you can write user defined functions. This is one function I have written, my function. By default this parameter will be there, this operator, in order to access the attributes. In order to access the attributes, this self is required. You should, it is not mandatory you have to use the name as self. Any name you can give, but the first parameter should be that. And that will be used self dot any attribute of that particular class will be used. See here, print my hello, my name is self dot name. Whenever you have created an object, object dot function, my function, whenever you call, when it comes inside, directly if you write name, it is of no use, because which object attribute it has to call, all the attributes it will comes under the control of an each object what you create. That is why current object means p1 object dot name. That is how it is going to call. This here, that is the reason why the self is required, and that is what we discuss self parameter. That will be the first object. See here, instead of self operator, I have given another name, my silly object. This is a this operator, or this is the self. Any name you can give. Any name you can give. Can give your name also, but not the keywords. And that is the self parameter that will point to the, that is a reference that will point to the current instance of the class. This is what the self parameter object methods. How to modify the object properties means how to change the value of this. Once you have defined, say you have defined it as John, age as 36. If you want to change it, if you want to change it directly, the object name dot that particular attribute equals value. If you assign, it is enough to change the value. This is how you are going to modify the any object directly, like p1 dot name, p1 dot age, any number of attributes. Just with the dot operator, dot notations, you can change the values. You can change the values. This is how we are going to modify. And also delete object properties is, I already said delete is the operator is there. If you want to delete the object attribute, this age is not required, only name is required. By default you have created in the beginning, now you don't want, then directly you call this operator del p1 dot age. Then if you try to print it, you will get it error. If you want to delete directly the object itself, here object attribute, one attribute, there are two attributes are there, name and age. If you want to directly delete the object itself, then directly del p1. If you try to delete print p1, it says the variable p1 is not defined. That is the error you will get. That is how we are going to delete the objects. Next, pass statement. Pass statement is nothing but if you want to create a class definitions, it cannot be empty. But for some reason you want to create it as empty. In that case, you have to write it as pass, P-A-S-S, pass. With this pass, it creates a class which is empty. That is the use of this pass statement. The same thing that you can use it inside the if, while, anywhere, for loop. Empty for loop, empty if condition, if you want to write, you can use this pass statement. That is what we have discussed in the previous two classes. Next, we'll discuss this one rectangle program is there. In the previous class, in order to define one point, if you want to define one point, then what are the attributes which are required for the point is x and y coordinate on any plane, on any sheet, on any screen. If you want to write a dot, then coordinates is required. X and y coordinates is required. In the same way for the rectangle, what is required? Height and the width. And in this class, I have defined two attributes, width and the height. There may be another case where you, instead of defining the rectangle using the width and the height, I'll use the distance between the two opposite corners. Distance between the two opposite corners. In that case also, you can define the rectangle. The distance between the two opposite corners, then in that case, 2 points are there. Corners means 2 points. 2 points means inside a rectangle with this attribute, width and the height, you require another object called corner. But what is this corner? This corner is a point class. Means because it is an two different points. If it's a two different points, means that object, it cannot be a single value. It contains multiple value, x and y values. In that case, this corner will become, it's an object of the point class. In two ways you can define a rectangle with the width and the height or the distance between the opposite corners. For that reason, we have created three different attributes. In that, two are integer variables, one is an object, that is a corner. I assume that this is clear, these three lines, what we have created, why this corner is required, why this is a point object. Why this is a point object? Because this corner will store two values, x and y. It stores x and y, that is why there is a separate point class. This is not an inbuilt function. There is a separate class called point which contains x and y. They are the two attributes in that class called point. You have defined the object of that class inside the class called rectangle. Now, this is the case. Now, say I have defined one function. Say I have defined one function, def find underscore center. You are passed the rectangle object. You have created one object of the class called rectangle. Even it is not only the integers, you can pass it as a parameter. Directly you can call the function called def find underscore center. Directly you can pass the rectangle object itself. See here, you have created one object called rect equals new rectangle. Sorry, new is not allowed here. Rectangle. You have created a rectangle object. Then you are going to call p underscore find underscore center. We are going to pass the parameter rectangle. See this, there is a method. You should not write like this. There should be a indentation. Indentation is nothing but like this. You have to write. See here, p equals point. See, now we are going to call find underscore center. It will come to this function. You have created a point object on p. You are going to assign the values for that. See how we are going to assign. Rectangle object you have passed rectangle dot corner dot x plus rectangle dot width by 2. See, this is a why you can directly access this corner is because this is an object of the rectangle. Why you can directly call this object is inside the rectangle there is a attribute called corner which is an object. The object of the rectangle class is RECT. Inside the rectangle there is an object called corner which is an object of point. Therefore RECT dot corner dot x, that value plus rectangle object dot width, this value, divide by 2. You will get one x coordinate, you will get one value for y coordinate. Directly you can you will get a point object. That point object you can assign somewhere, that will be stored here. See, this is how we are going to access. What I am going to demonstrate here is, I just want to show inside the classes, you can create an object which is an attribute. You can create an object which is an attribute of this rectangle, and also user defined functions. You can pass the parameter objects also. It is not always integer, float, string. You can directly pass the class object as a parameter. That is what we have to demonstrate here. You can try with this rectangle object program, and also in the exams they have asked 2 to 3 times this rectangle program, just how to create, how to initialize, or how to return the object variable. Same program. They want this p should be written. They want to see how to pass the object as a parameter to this function. There are two types of copies there. See, in the previous classes, in whenever we discuss the list, we have shown that we have discussed the concept of aliasing. The same thing here we are discussing. There is a function called copy in this. If you want to create a copy of an object, there is an object called p1. See here, there is a function p1. I don't want to delete. See, there is a function called person. There is a constructor. There is one user defined function. After that, you have created an object. Now, this p1, if you want to create a copy of this, copy of an object, one more object you want to create. I'm not going to create like this, p2 equals person of John, 36 or any other name, age. I want to create. In that case, I'm going to use this. p2 equals copy of p1. See, whenever you call this, it will give you the error that copy is not defined, because the copy function which is there inside the library called copy. Now you are going to print. Now I'm going to print. Now there is no error code for copy is not defined. Now I'll print p1 dot name. Next line, P2 dot name. See, both the names it is John. You have created a copy of an object, but what you should remember is it is not alias. It is not aliasing. It is both P1 and P2. They are not going to point to a single object. P1 is an separate object and P2 is an separate object. Both of the object as two attributes. Both have same names, but they don't point to a same object. They are two different objects. P1 is different, P2 is different. See here, the address, it gives you a different address. P1 and P2, even though you have created a copy of that, they are different. They are both point to a different objects. Now, there are in this copy, there are two types of copies there, shallow copy and deep copy. Shallow copy and deep copy is there. What is the shallow copy is, assume that inside this person class, there is an attribute called object. Before that, p1 dot name is, say p1 dot name and p2 dot name is same. P1 dot age, this is also true. Here you will not find a difference whenever you use this integer variables. Assume that if there are a class inside the class, there is an one more object you have created. One more object you have created. Whenever the object is there, the same example here, the corner. Inside the rectangle class, there is a corner which is an object. In that case, if you create a shallow copy is whatever we have done now, copy. In that case, this both corner object which is inside the rectangle, both will point to the same object. Both will point to the same object. P1 dot corner and P2 dot corner will be same. P1 dot corner and P2 dot corner will be same. If there is an object inside the class, and whenever you do the copy, which is a shallow copy, in that case, both the corners, it will point to the same location. There is one more called deep copy is there. Like this. Copy dot deep copy of box means one object. This is a new object. Sorry. P2, you are going to copy P1. P1, P2 equals copy dot deep copy of P1. In this case, what will happen is, if you do this is a shallow copy. This is a deep copy. In the deep copy, what will happen is, inside there is a corner object like this, inside a rectangle. In the rectangle, you are going to create a object of the, like this, you are going to create. You are going to perform the deep copy. In that case, this is a new rectangle object. Now, if you try new React rectangle dot corner, dot corner is the rectangle object dot corner. This will become a false. A deep copy is it will create a two separate objects, a corner object in a new rectangle, corner object in a rectangle. Object 1, object 2. I'll name it as object 1, object obj e2, object 1, object 2. Say this. Object 1 of rectangle, you have created a deep copy, which we will get another object. When you check the object 2 dot corner, whether it is same as object 1 dot corner, if you check, which is false, because deep copy will create a separate copy of the objects. They will point to a different locations. In case of shallow copy, this is a deep copy. In case of shallow copy, you should call it as like this copy dot copy. In this case, you will get to true because both will point to the same object. Separate copy is required. We should go for deep copy. Means deep inside all the objects it will check and it will create a copy of that. This is the main difference between this deep copy and shallow copy. Remember this. This is also an important topic in this chapter. There are two types of copy, and the library which is required for this is import copy, copy dot copy, which is a shallow copy, copy dot deep copy is a deep copy. Deep copy means it will go inside the class, and for attributes it will create a separate reference for that. If you have any doubts in this topic, you can ask now, or you can raise a hand. Yes.
So if we go for like shallow copy,
Okay.
and if I change variable value, like if suppose if I change p1 dot name is equal to some name, will it affect p2?
Okay. Because of this is the doubt whether the value is the problem. That is what you want to check. See,
Yes, sir.
the p1 dot name here, both the p1 dot name and p2 dot name is a John. That is why you are getting this doubt. Now p1 dot name equals, and change it to Ram now. Now p1 dot name and p2 dot name is false now. See this.
Sir,
Whenever the value, if you have changed, now it is totally different. Whenever you change the value means it's a different case. But in the deep copy, even though the corner object, if it contains the same values, it said you will get it as false because both will point to a different reference. Are you getting?
yes, sir. Can you please see the p2 dot name, sir?
P2 dot name. P2 dot name. It is John only. I have.
But I got different, sir. That's why I asked you.
See this. What I have done is P1, P2, I have just run the program. Both are different objects. P1 dot name and P2 dot name were John. That is why it has came it as true. Both the age was 36. That is why it is true. Now the P1 dot name has been changed to Ram. Now if you try, you will get it false because the values is totally different. Then both P1 and P2, they are not pointing to the same location. They are two different objects because they have separate values. See, I'm talking about the in the deep copy. If there are separate objects are there, then those objects in the shallow copy it will maintain only one copy. In the deep copy, two different objects.
Yes, sir.
See, in this object one, there will be one corner separate corner object. Object 2 will have a separate corner object in the deep copy. In the shallow copy, object 1 dot corner and object 2 dot corner both will point to the same single corner object. That is why you'll get it as true. You try this. That is the main difference.
Yes, sir.
Okay, for today's class it is enough. Everyone can message just your USM, that will be marked as an attendance. And also I have sent the assignment. Everyone submit it by the deadline. You have to write it in the sheet of A4 sheet or in the book, and that you have to send the screenshot and you mail it to me by 19th of this month. Madhushri, Madhushri, I have forwarded to others. Madhushri,
Sir.
send the to others. Okay. Are you there, Madhushri?
Sir, I forwarded to class group.
Okay. See the question paper. 4 question papers are there. In that, please execute the programs first. Execute the program first, and then you write that same program with the output in the sheet or in the book. That you have to submit it once you come back to the college. See how they have asked in the exams. In the same way, you will get it this time. Okay, then everyone is present, I think. This many students, then I will mark this many as present. Okay, thank you.